After losing his opportunity to headline WrestleMania 15, Mankind was determined to be involved in any way he could, and that came as the special referee alongside the Big Show, Paul White. To do that, Mankind had to defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin, with Paul White as the special referee. Our match objective: win the match. Historical bonus objective: perform a double arm DDT on Austin, perform the mandible claw on Austin, and win by submission. What's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG WTF LOL FTW BRB, and welcome to episode 29 of Let's Play WWE 13's Attitude Era mode. Last time we faced Vince McMahon in a steel cage and embarrassingly lost to him. And then we helped The Rock defeat Mankind for the title and basically submitted that it's going to be Rock versus Austin at WrestleMania. And this time, it seems like I guess me and you, are going to assist Mankind in becoming the special guest referee for the world title match at WrestleMania, alongside this man right here, of course, Paul White, coming out to Mr. McMahon's theme song. Paul White, better known as The Big Show nowadays, the current reigning World Heavyweight Champion as of this recording, which would be January 3rd. And Mankind finally coming out to that familiar music that we oh so love. Thank God.
King, are you going to welcome the great one? Of course I'm going to welcome the great one. Rock, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Of course, it's everyone's pleasure. The Rock doesn't need an introduction anywhere in this civilized world. The chosen one, the most electrifying man in entertainment, is here, and he's bringing a lot of class to the show right now. The ratings are through the roof.
Well, apparently, just like in the last video with Stone Cold Steve Austin being on commentary during the match between Mankind and The Rock is now on commentary in this match between Mankind and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Very interesting. And as here comes the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the man who's going to face The Rock at WrestleMania. And a nice picture of Big Show's boobs there, by the way. It's really what I wanted to see. Last time, of course, we basically went over the fact how Mr. McMahon actually ended up winning the Royal Rumble thanks to a distraction, thanks to The Rock, basically. And McMahon forfeited his shot, which Commissioner Shawn Michaels then stated that since McMahon forfeited or relinquished his spot for the WrestleMania main event, it would go to the runner-up, which was Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then Austin told Vince that he would put his shot on the line if Vince would face him in a steel cage match at St. Valentine's Day's Massacre, which we played that match, and that was the debut of Big Show, or Paul White, who actually assisted Austin in actually escaping the cage, even though he didn't mean to. He meant to throw him against the cage, but the force that Big Show threw Austin against the cage basically sent the cage, set it open? I don't know. And Austin was able to climb out. And it was originally supposed to be Austin versus Mankind at Mania, but McMahon and Rock basically convinced Mankind to defend his world title in a ladder match on Raw after St. Dave's Massacre. And in a ladder match in which The Rock won thanks to an assist from Paul White, and now we're here.
And be the second special guest referee. You know, these guys don't care about each other. They don't care about their own welfare. But what they do care about is going to WrestleMania.
Well, let's get one thing straight. The Rock is the great one. The Rock is a champion, and he's going to WrestleMania to fight that piece of trailer park trash, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And there's some interesting commentary, basically just discussing how Mankind wants to still be in the Mania main event, and the only way he can be is by being a special referee, which I believe Paul White is already. And basically they were stating how Austin and Mankind could care less about each other. You know, they may be the two guys in this Mania main event so far out of Rock, Big Show, Mankind, and Austin. They may be the two guys that fans are cheering for, but they really don't care about each other. In this match, of course, we do need to... What? We do need to get two finishers, so instead of
Begins the count.
instead of just using a finisher once I get it, I am gonna actually store the first one. That way I can just get both of them off at the same time. That could backfire me in the fact that Austin can reverse it and get his own finisher, but that could happen even if I store just one. So I don't really see any downside to it, and it's
Stop talking about Mankind like you mean something. He's a jabroni, a flunky, a hamburger, a piece of crap.
But we are talking about WrestleMania.
We're talking about WrestleMania 15. The Rock, Stone Cold, without a shadow of a doubt. The most electrifying match in the history of WrestleMania.
Yeah, but if Mankind wins this match, he'll be the special referee in your match.
The Rock said it before and he'll say it again. He couldn't...
Without question, Paul White's been sent out here by Mr. McMahon to let Austin and Mankind eliminate each other. And heads the bet for The Rock. And they are playing right into Mr. McMahon's plans.
Well, that's what you think. But you know what? Nobody cares what's Mankind. Oh, lights out.
sorry about all the quietness there. They were having quite a lot of different speeches. It seemed like the two overlapped each other. Originally, it was Rock saying how he doesn't care about Mankind. He called him a hamburger. All right. And then it seemed like what overlapped it was JR basically expressing how he felt Paul White was only here to have Austin and Mankind eliminate each other. But yeah, I was quiet there for a long time. I do apologize for that. I do like that have my commentaries, you know, I like to talk during my commentaries. I don't want too much silence to be in there. But silence is golden sometimes, especially when there's a story going on. And we got our two finishers now, so got the DDT and on Stone Cold there. And now it's time to lock the Mandible Claw in as we wait for him to get up. Get a punch in the face, and it's Mr. Sacco. That was a horrible Mick Foley impersonation. But nonetheless, Mr. Sacco strikes again. And now we just got to make him tap out, which that's not going to work. I'm seeing if it's all body. I need like a headlock or something. Can I like let's see if I can like hold it. No. Okay, so I'm going to have to weaken his torso in order to get a submission in. I was going to say it's too good to be true to be able to freaking get a match this short in. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I figured, you know, since they have a targeting system, it would help me out a little bit, but I'm guessing not. It seems that everything Mankind targets is Stone Cold's face, but that's a rope break? No. But he doesn't have like a head submission. So I guess not. Everything Mankind targets is his head. And then I do something. Oh, all right.
Great reversal by Steve Austin.
Mankind read that and countered.
Let's see if I can get like a sleeper hold in. Or, you know, grapple the Big Show, either or, I guess. Gosh darn it, let's see if we can try it again. If not, whatever. Nope.
Using the time-tested atomic drop effectively.
Can I get behind him? I'd like to grab behind him. How do I do that again? Oh, it's certainly not that.
And those are some nice blocks there.
Oh, son of a bitch. If I can get a head submission in, then we'd be fine. Let me see if I can go behind on him this way and... Oh, shit.
He's got it locked in. Will this be it?
Again, nothing. Gosh darn it.
Oh, a stiff. And I mean...
And all Mankind does is target his head. We got the torso weakened a little bit. Maybe... Nope. Like I said, I think I said this in a previous video when it was Ken Shamrock versus The Rock, but you kind of want their body part to be orange. I always screw those up. I always assume what they're doing is Irish whipping me. Even hit his head. Alright, whatever. Gotta stop complaining. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a finisher yet. So, oh, alright. Okay. Let's see, can we get him now? Yeah, that's not happening. Let's put him in this, did it. How weakened is his... Oh. The reason I'm doing submission, by the way, Nerds and Geeks, is that's what it says. It says, win by submission. Alright, we might be able to get him to tap out now. Because his body is at orange, so... Looks like Stone Cold's got a little fight in him. But we're gonna get it unless he gets a rope break. We're gonna get it unless he gets a rope break. Please don't get a rope break. Oh my God, we actually got it. Jamming them buttons.
What? Mankind won the match, and he will be the second referee at WrestleMania.
What in the Sam hell did The Rock just see?
Paul White just destroyed his co-referee at WrestleMania.
Well, we jammed buttons and we ended up unlocking the current World Heavyweight Champion as of this recording, January 3rd, Paul White, a.k.a. The Big Show. We jammed buttons to get Stone Cold to submit, and at the very end, Paul White, showed his, I guess, partner in a way, the other referee at WrestleMania, what he feels like him. If this is a video, enjoy. If not, I'll talk to you.
There ain't no way, and The Rock means no way that Stone Cold Steve Austin will ever beat The Rock.
Wait a minute, King! Austin's driving the beer truck! He gives him that! The rattlesnakes crash in the corporation party!
I come out here and I sit here and listen to you spin your little nursery rhymes about Jabroni Avenue or Know Your Own Boulevard. You better get your ass serious because Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to take his ass to Philadelphia, check right in to the SmackDown Hotel, roll right in to room 316, and burn that son of a bitch to the ground. The Rock says you take that truck and drive it right back down. Know Your Own Boulevard, and you check your candy.
Well, that right there is a moment that's replayed quite a lot. Stone Cold giving a beer bath to Mr. McMahon, and I guess, yeah, he did give a beer bath to Mr. McMahon, but it was not only intended for McMahon, but I would say mostly for The Rock. But my favorite thing out of that whole, Stone Cold giving a beer bath to all three of the people in the ring, The Rock, Shane McMahon, and Vince McMahon, was Vince McMahon swimming in the beer. It's funny, at one point, he even showed it in there. Vince is getting sprayed, and you start seeing him, start moving his arms like he's swimming. But nonetheless, Mr. McMahon started off the show by announcing that tonight's main event match between Austin and Paul White would feature The Rock as the special referee for the match. There was no doubt a power play to ensure a loss for the Texas Rattlesnake. However, in the interest of fairness, Commissioner Michaels vetoed the decision and instead signed a match between The Rock and Mankind to decide the special referee for the match. Mankind would go on to win the role of special referee, and Stone Cold would end up making this a miserable night for the corporation. Our match objective is to win the match. Historical bonus objectives: perform the Luthez press signature move, strike Paul White with a steel chair at least 5 times, avoid getting hit by any finishers, perform a finisher on Paul White and pin him in 10 seconds. Not hard at all. And here comes our special guest referee, and I've kind of noticed this, Nerds and Geeks. There's been a lot of interest in this special referee all of a sudden. I mean, we had Paul White as the special referee last week, Mankind, the special referee now, and then at WrestleMania, we're supposed to have a special referee. A lot of interest in the special referee here, and Mankind actually, I guess the word doning or honing, I'm not quite sure what it is. It's stupid, probably, that I can't tell. It's not that I don't know if I'm using the word right, it's just I don't know if I'm saying the word right. I know it's like owning, like, it's O-N, but I don't know if it's doning or... And now we are playing as the baddest man in the WWE, the Texas Rattlesnake, Austin 316, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And no speech there by JR and the King. Don't really know what to talk about Stone Cold, We've seen a lot of him. I mean, let's be honest. He had, in my opinion, the biggest impact in the Attitude Era. I mean, you can argue that DX started it, or what's the other one? Or Mr. McMahon started it, or something like that. But I don't believe anybody had much of an impact in the Attitude Era such as Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, Vince McMahon, I would have to say, had the second most impact in the Attitude Era, but Stone Cold did more. I mean, he won the Royal Rumble, he faced Shawn Michaels, and then he had his rivalry with the Brothers of Destruction. Everybody we've played through in this entire thing, D-Generation X, The Rock's one we did, Mankind's the one we did, and the Brothers of Destruction, all of them had a rivalry with that man right there, or even a match. Stone Cold was that big that he feuded with DX, he feuded with Mankind, he feuded with Dude Love, I guess that would count as Mick Foley, The Rock, the Brothers of Destruction. There was nobody in the Attitude Era Stone Cold didn't feud with that was, a big star.
Right here tonight, Mankind is the special guest referee.
Because it's The Rock show. The Rock is out here, the great one.
Oh, it's the biggest against the baddest. Let's see what happens.
Stone Cold with a quickness advantage. Big Show with a strength advantage.
Look at The Rock, and you're talking about a man who's 10 times quicker and stronger than Stone Cold Steve Austin. And come WrestleMania, you're gonna see The Rock prove it.
Paul White and Austin laying the smack down on each other.
Hey, shut your mouth. There's only one man who lays a smack down, you piece of trash. Ouch.
Oh, did you see the neck snap back?
Once again, a speech between the Rock and JR and King and all of them. Second time Rock's been on commentary, and the third time in a row that we've had a different superstar on, a specific superstar on commentary. We had Stone Cold on commentary, and now The Rock for the second time. But I love how, JR goes, Stone Cold laying the smack down on Paul White, and then Rock's like, hey, with his voice all cracking and everything, shut your mouth, only one person lays the smack down around here, and that's The Rock. Another thing that makes me giggle about that whole commentary is how King's just like, oh, we got the biggest versus the baddest and all that, and Rock just comes out of nowhere. Look at The Rock. The Rock is 10 times stronger and badder in Stone Cold in there, and it's going to show. And it had nothing to do with what King said, and it just showed, like, Rock just oozed confidence. But we have to strike Paul White with a steel chair at least 5 times, so why not do it, He just stepped on our chair and broke it. Paul White, very pale, by the way. I mean, Big Show's not tan, but I don't know. It's weird. I've always thought it was weird when you have a really pale superstar in the ring with someone who's tan. Like, for instance, every time I see Sheamus versus Randy Orton, it's just so weird because Sheamus, I mean, let's be honest here, Nerds and Geeks. Sheamus is, mayonnaise, basically, is the running joke of him. He's pale as it gets. He's a ghost. And Randy Orton,
From this
I don't think there's been a wrestler more tanner than Randy Orton. It could be argued the guy's not white, basically, even though it is, but
Uh-oh. Look where he's going again.
I believe like he's Indian. I don't know what I'd believe, but
And a great count
fucking
by
A,
Paul
dude.
White. Look at him block the attack.
But, you know, Randy Orton's freaking tan, and Paul White is beating our ass.
Look out. You don't
Gets
want to
his-
do
damn.
that too often.
I'm trying to hit him with the steel chair, and every time I try, he freaking somehow
Uh-oh. He's going for the...
Oh, man. Steel
finally got
chair
one,
being used as a weapon.
2,
Chair landing again.
3,
The special guest referee
4.
doing a pretty good job
Ah,
here.
shit.
What are you talking about? He's doing a good job. Mankind sucks as a referee. The Rock should...
Austin's got it. Look at him unloading with the death.
Ah, I wish I wouldn't have done the Luthez press.
This match was made by Mr. McMahon
Oh, well.
just 6 days before WrestleMania to soften Austin up. And Rock, wouldn't it be a tainted victory for you if you win and Austin wasn't at 100%?
Are you out of your ever-loving mind, JR? The Rock is gonna pin his candy ass. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, clothesline.
Well, anyway,
Stay down.
before I did the Luthez press, there was a little conversation between Mankind, I mean not Mankind, about Mankind at least, between The Rock and JR, where JR's like, Mankind, he's doing really well as a referee, and Rock was just like, Mankind sucks as a referee, and we're probably not going to be able to get this
Oh, that was close. Some might
kicked
say
out. So now we got to store another one up.
should've been. We are definitely not seeing fair
Well, we probably wouldn't have.
officiating.
Actually, it looked like we were going to get it if he didn't kick out. But
Face first.
I just thought that was hilarious because Rock's like, Mankind sucks as a referee. I don't know. Maybe it's only me, but there's your title. Mankind sucks as a referee. Or I don't know. Maybe I'll make that the title. Never mind. Also, if you guys are wondering, I'm not sure if I'm being quiet. I mean, I think I'm being quiet. But if you're wondering why I'm being quiet, if I am, it's because it is pretty late over here. I believe it's around like 10 o'clock, and I think my stepdad is sleeping, and he has work tomorrow, you know, like a normal person, unlike myself. And I don't want to, you know, wake him up or anything. So I decided that I'll be good. Even though if you have watched me, you've heard me complain numerous times about how I don't think I'm being loud, and apparently I am. But it doesn't matter if I think I'm loud or not. If he thinks I'm being loud, then, you know, I don't want to be that guy. Nonetheless, that's the one thing I hate about Stone Cold when he hits his finisher. That we weren't gonna make it. We were not gonna make it.
What are they gonna say?
I hate Stone Cold's finisher when he hits it, because all he ever does, I mean, every time he does the thing, you know, and I don't, because it takes forever for him to stop, and while he's doing that, I have to, fuck, Big Show's starting to reverse, but while he's doing that, the time is counting down, you know, like,
What a painful kick.
oh shit, he's got a signature. Like I was saying though, the time is it's going down as he's, you know, moving his head and flipping them off and, you know, getting down and, oh shit, doing all that stuff.
Finishing move.
Paul White covers. And thanks to a slow count,
What?
they kick out.
Okay, we can't be hit by a finisher. Oh shit.
But I suppose we should have expected that from our guest referee.
Into counter.
That actually scared me.
Seizes the a devastating stunner.
Because if we would have been hit with that, I would have to start this whole thing over, and that is something I do not want to do. See, he's doing it. That's what I'm talking about, Nerds and Geeks. Now I have about 5 seconds left.
2. That's 3.
And we did it. I hate that time limit. It is a nightmare.
Oh my gosh, I don't believe it.
Paul White is a 500-pound bag of monkey crap. And this Sunday at WrestleMania 15, Stone Cold Steve Austin won't have it half this easy when he goes one-on-one with the Great One at the most electrifying WrestleMania of all time.
Paul White is a 500-pound piece of monkey crap. Only The Rock, nerds and geeks, only The Rock. As Stone Cold celebrates and we get that fine insult there. And what a way to end off episode 29 of Let's Play WWE 13's Attitude Era Mode. As always, I do hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, please leave me a like, and also do not forget to subscribe if you have not. And please, if you would please, that was like 3 pleases, that was 4 now, whatever. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and like me on Twitter. As always, nerds and geeks, I have been OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB, and I'll be seeing you next time in episode 30. So until then, have a great day.